Joined now by Leona Maguire after her second round at the KPMG Women's PGA Championship. Just take us through the day today. Anything different you saw from the course compared to yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, the course is firming up a lot. It's dried out quite a bit, especially from yesterday morning where it was still quite dewy and things like that when we played. So fairways are running a lot faster. Greens are starting to firm up. That first bounce into the greens has got quite a bit bigger. So really just having to adjust on that sort of on the fly. And it was quite warm this afternoon as well, so the ball was travelling. So hit quite a few more 3-woods off the tees today than I did yesterday.
What are you starting to maybe take advantage of this course, and what are you still trying to maybe figure out?
I think it's a balance. I think it's a balance between risk-reward. You can be that bit more greedy off the tee to give yourself a shorter chance in, especially now that they're firming up. But at the same time, some of those necks on those fairways get really narrow with the overhang, and they just narrow, period. So, yeah, it's just getting that balance right of knowing when to attack and when to be smart about it.
That final stretch of it getting so firm, just how difficult are those three closing holes?
16, 17, 18? Yeah, I mean, I hit 3-wood off 16 today. We hit driver yesterday, and we got pretty much the exact same place as we did yesterday morning. And 18 almost got in 2, which weren't even getting close yesterday morning. So I suppose that was a nice bonus on 18. And yeah, it's just getting firmer and faster. I keep hearing everybody saying that it was firm and fast in 16. So it seems like we're going to get a little bit more of that feel over the weekend.
I know the trees, it's not a links golf course, but that firm and fast feeling, do you think that helps you just being where you're from and having a lot of experience playing that golf?
I think you just have to use your instincts a lot more, especially you can't have sort of a preconceived idea that it's definitely driver, definitely 3-wood on a certain hole. You kind of just have to take it for what it is when you get there. With the fairways firming up, you could hit about 3 or 4 different shots off any of the tees and nearly end up in the same spot on some holes, depending on which one of those downslopes you hit. So it's definitely you kind of have to be patient, but at the same time not be too conservative. The fact that the greens are drying out, you don't want too long of a club in your hand, so you just have to get that balance right.
Contended, what are you looking to capitalize on over the next 36 holes?
I think more of the same. Keep driving it in the fairway as much as possible, and the greens got pretty bobbly this afternoon, so try and hold a few more putts. Always the key over a weekend at a major.
Hi. You contended at this championship last year. What did you learn from that weekend experience?
Yeah, I mean, I think I learned that I could contend. I had the lead, I think it was a Friday night going into Saturday, going into Sunday, so I knew I hung on to it Saturday, didn't hang on to it Sunday, but at the same time I knew I could do it. I think this is a very different test to Baltusrol, but at the same time it will test patience and it will test execution in the same way. So I think the biggest takeaway is knowing that I don't have to play perfect golf to be able to contend. I haven't by no means played perfect golf this week, but nobody will. So I think that's going to be a big key this weekend. Just trying to play as well as I possibly can, and just be patient and be kinder to myself. I wasn't very kind to myself on Sunday at Baltusrol last year, so be a bit kinder to myself this weekend.
And it was a stunning turnaround for Nelly Korda today, going from 69 to 81 today. Can you just put into context how difficult this golf course can be if you're not on your game?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's golf. That's golf right there. A lot of people, I went up into the KPMG tent yesterday after my round, and I think I got asked 3 times what the hardest hole on this golf course is. And there really is no answer to that, because every hole is the hardest hole if you miss the fairway or if you get stuck behind a tree. So if you hit it in the fairway, you think you give yourself a good birdie chance. If you miss the fairway, it's the hardest hole ever. And that's nearly every hole. So, yeah, it's one of those, you can make your life as stress-free or as stressful depending on how you execute a lot of those tee shots. And it's a major championship. It's a fair test, I think, but it punishes you if you're even the slightest bit off.
Thank you.
Leona, maybe on that subject, can you kind of talk us through your back nine a little bit today? You had the 4 birdies, the bogey, and the double, just kind of how up and down that kind of stretch was and kind of the way you felt like you managed through it.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't feel as up and down as probably the scorecard looks. Had a nice birdie on 11. That pin was really tricky sitting up on a little plateau considering how firm they're getting. And then 12, just went through the back of the green and missed a short putt there, which I didn't think I hit a bad putt, just sort of bobbled on me. And then, it was nice to get a sort of that birdie, bounce back on 14 and 16, hold a nice putt down off the slope, and then just hit a bad shot on 17, completely mishit it and came up short in the water. So it was one of those, just take my medicine with the pitch and make 5 and move on. But it was nice to sort of finish strong and make a birdie on 18 to give some momentum into tomorrow.
Anything else? Awesome. Thank you, Leona.
Thank you.
Thank you.